My name is Sarah. I am 25 years old. I live in a small city with my younger brother. His name is Imran. He is 14 years old and goes to school every day. We live in a small apartment. It has 2 rooms, 1 kitchen, and 1 bathroom. It is not big, but it is clean and cozy. I like our home because it is warm and peaceful. We don't have many things, but we have what we need. Every morning, I wake up early to make breakfast for Imran. I cook tea, boil eggs, and toast bread. I pack his school bag and give him his lunchbox. Then he goes to school at 7:30 a.m. After he leaves, the house becomes quiet. I wash the dishes, sweep the floor, and tidy up the house. Then I sit near the window and read books or look at job ads in the newspaper. I have been looking for a job for many months. I want to earn money to take care of my brother. Our parents died when I was 18. Since then, I have taken care of Imran. I didn't go to college because I needed to stay home with him. I learned to cook, clean, and manage everything on my own. Now that he is older and goes to school, I want to work outside. But finding a job is not easy. Many jobs need experience. Some jobs are far away, and I don't have a car. I can only walk or take a bus. Some jobs are only for men. Some jobs are only part-time. I want a full-time job near my home. One sunny morning, I was reading the newspaper as usual. I saw many job ads. One job was for a factory helper, but it was too far. Another job was for a cleaner in a hotel, but it was only part-time. I kept reading. Then I saw one ad that made me smile. It said, "Help wanted. Café assistant. Friendly person needed. No experience needed. Full-time. Apply in person." The job was at a place called Sunny Café. It was only 10 minutes from my house. I know this cafe. I walk past it often. It looks clean and nice. I see people laughing and drinking coffee inside. I thought to myself, I like food. I like coffee. I like meeting people. This job might be perfect for me. I was a little nervous. I had never worked in a cafe before. But the ad said, "No experience needed." That gave me hope. I decided to try. I would go there and ask. I went to my room and looked at my clothes. I chose my clean blue shirt and black pants. They are simple but neat. I brushed my hair and tied it back. I put on my comfortable shoes. I took my small file with all my important papers, my ID card, my school certificate, and a copy of my resume. Before leaving, I looked in the mirror and said to myself, "You can do this, Sarah. Be brave." I told Imran I was going to try for a job. He smiled and said, "Good luck, sister." I left the house and walked to Sunny Café. As I walked, I felt the sun on my face. The streets were busy. People were walking, cars were passing, and shops were opening. My heart was beating fast. I didn't know what would happen, but I knew I had to try. That was the start of a new journey for me. The sun was bright, and the weather was warm. As I walked towards Sunny Café, I looked around. The streets were filled with people going to work. Shopkeepers were opening their stores. Children were walking to school with their parents. The city was alive. When I reached the cafe, I stood outside for a minute. The building looked small but pretty. It had big glass windows and a sign in yellow letters that said, "Sunny Café." Inside, I could see people sitting and drinking coffee. The cafe looked cozy and friendly. I took a deep breath and walked in. The door made a soft bell sound as I opened it. The smell of fresh coffee, bread, and sweet cake filled the air. It made me feel warm and happy. There were people sitting at small wooden tables. Some were talking, some were reading, and some were working on their laptops. A woman was standing behind the counter. She had short brown hair and wore a green apron. She looked busy but calm. She was making coffee and talking to a customer. After a few minutes, she looked at me and smiled. "Hello. How can I help you?" she asked kindly. I smiled back and said, "I came about the job. I saw the ad in the newspaper." "Oh, great," she said. "I'm Anna, the manager. Come with me. Let's talk in the back." I followed her behind the counter. We walked through a small door into a little office. It had a desk, 2 chairs, and some shelves with books and papers. There was also a small clock on the wall. Anna asked me to sit down. "Tell me about yourself," she said with a warm smile. I took a deep breath and began. "My name is Sarah. I am 25 years old. I live nearby with my younger brother. He is 14 years old and goes to school. I take care of him. I have not worked in a cafe before, but I love to learn. I enjoy talking to people and helping others. I am hardworking and honest." Anna nodded as she listened. She asked me a few more questions. "Have you worked anywhere before?" "No," I said. "I stayed home to take care of my brother. But now I am ready to work." "Do you like working with people?" "Yes, I do," I said. "I like being friendly and making people feel happy." Anna looked pleased. She opened a file and wrote something down. "Well, Sarah," she said, "we can teach you everything you need to know. What matters most is your attitude. You seem kind, respectful, and eager to learn. That's exactly what we want." I smiled shyly. "Thank you so much." Anna continued. "We start early in the morning. The cafe opens at 7:30 a.m. You'll help take orders, serve food, clean tables, and sometimes help in the kitchen. Is that okay?" "Yes, that's fine," I said. "I will do my best." "Great," she said. "Can you start tomorrow?" I felt so happy I almost cried. "Yes, I can start tomorrow. Thank you so much." She shook my hand and said, "Welcome to Sunny Cafe, Sarah. You are part of the team now." I stood up and thanked her again. She gave me a green apron and said, "Wear this when you come in tomorrow. Be here at 7:15 a.m. I left the cafe with a big smile on my face. I felt proud and excited. I walked home quickly and told Imran everything. He jumped up and said, "That's amazing, sister. I'm so happy for you." That night, I could not sleep. I kept thinking about the cafe, about the people, about Anna, and about my new job. I was a little nervous, but also full of hope. The next day would be the first day of my new life. The next morning, I woke up very early. The sky was still dark. I got out of bed and went to the kitchen. I made tea for myself and a quick breakfast. I was feeling both excited and nervous. I ate slowly and thought about my first day at work. I wanted everything to go well. After breakfast, I got ready. I wore simple clothes, a white shirt and black pants. I tied my hair neatly. I wore clean shoes. I put the green apron that Anna gave me in a small bag. I also took a notebook and pen to write down anything important. I left my house at 6:45 a.m. The air was cool and fresh. The streets were quiet. Only a few people were outside. I walked to the cafe quickly, but carefully. I wanted to be on time. I reached the cafe at 7:10 a.m. Anna was already there. She smiled when she saw me. "Good morning, Sarah," she said. "Good morning, Anna," I replied. "You are early. That's a good sign," she said. "Come, let's get started." She gave me my apron. I put it on and followed her inside. The cafe was still closed. The chairs were up on the tables. The lights were dim. The kitchen was already busy. One man was cutting vegetables. A woman was making coffee. Anna gave me a tour of the cafe. She showed me where everything was: the kitchen, the storage room, the refrigerator, the coffee machine, and the cashier. She showed me how to use the cleaning supplies, where to find the menus, and how to carry a tray with cups. Then she said, "Let me introduce you to Rina. She is your coworker." Rina was a young woman with long hair and a friendly smile. She said, "Hi, Sarah. I'll help you today. Don't worry. It gets easier every day." I smiled. "Thank you, Rina. I'm happy to be here." We cleaned the tables, wiped the counters, and arranged the chairs. At 7:30 a.m., Anna unlocked the door. The cafe was now open. The first customer came in 5 minutes later. It was an old man. He smiled and said, "Good morning." I smiled back. "Good morning, sir. Welcome to Sunny Cafe." He looked at the menu and said, "1 cup of tea and a muffin, please." I wrote it down on my notepad. I repeated the order to make sure I got it right. 1 tea and 1 muffin. Coming right up. I went to the counter and gave the order to the kitchen. Then I poured the tea and placed it on a tray. I picked up the muffin carefully. I walked slowly to the customer's table and placed the items gently. "Here you go, sir," I said. "Thank you," he said. After a few minutes, another customer came in. Then 2 more. Soon, I was busy. I took orders, cleaned tables, carried trays, and smiled at everyone. I tried to remember what Anna told me. But then, I made a small mistake. I took a tea to the wrong table. The man said, "I didn't order tea." I felt my heart drop. I said, "Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Let me check." Anna saw what happened. She came to help. "It's okay, Sarah. These things happen. You are still learning," she said kindly. "Just remember to double-check the table number." I nodded. "Yes, I will be careful next time." After that, I was extra careful. I looked at each order twice. I matched the food with the table number. I asked Rina for help when I was unsure. The morning passed quickly. Soon it was lunchtime. The cafe became very busy. People ordered sandwiches, tea, coffee, and cakes. I helped in the kitchen by washing dishes and cutting vegetables. At 2 p.m., the rush slowed down. We took a short break. I sat with Rina and drank a glass of water. "You did well for your first day," she said. "Thank you," I replied. "It was a little hard, but I liked it." After the break, we cleaned the tables and restocked the napkins. I helped refill the sugar and salt jars. I also swept the floor. At 4 p.m., my shift ended. Anna came to me and said, Good job today, Sarah. You were polite, helpful, and willing to learn. That's what matters most. I smiled. Thank you so much. I will work even harder tomorrow. I walked home feeling tired, but happy. My feet hurt, but my heart felt proud. I told Iran everything. He said, "You are amazing, sister." That night, I slept deeply. I dreamed about coffee cups, smiling faces, and the sound of the bell at the cafe door. It was the beginning of something good. Every day at the cafe was a new chance to learn something different. I wanted to do my best, so I paid attention to everything. Anna and Reena were very helpful. They showed me what to do and explained things patiently. I wrote new things in my notebook. I looked at the notebook before and after work. I started to learn the names of different coffees and teas. There were many types: black coffee, milk coffee, cappuccino, rat, espresso, green tea, and lemon tea. At first, I was confused. But after some days, I remembered them. I also learned how to make them. Anna showed me how to use the coffee machine. It made loud sounds and hot steam. I was scared at first, but then I got used to it. Anna said, "Always be careful with the hot steam. Use a towel and wear gloves." I nodded and followed her advice. She showed me how to press the buttons, add coffee beans, and make different drinks. The smell of fresh coffee made me happy. I liked learning something new every day. I also helped prepare food. I learned how to make sandwiches. There were many types: chicken, egg, cheese, and vegetable sandwiches. I helped cut vegetables, wash dishes, and pack food. One day, Anna said, "Sarah, you will make the sandwiches today." I felt nervous. Can I do it right? Anna smiled. "Yes, you can. Just follow the steps." I took a deep breath and made the sandwiches. I was slow, but careful. Anna checked my work and said, "Well done." That made me feel proud. I also started talking to customers more. I learned how to take orders politely. I would say, "Good morning. How can I help you today? Would you like anything else? Here is your order. Enjoy your meal." At first, I was shy, but the more I talked, the easier it became. Some customers came every day. They became regulars. Mr. Ali was one of them. He was an old man who came at 9 a.m. every morning. He always ordered black coffee and toast. He wore a grey hat and smiled at everyone. "Good morning, young lady," he said every day. I smiled and replied, "Good morning, Mr. Ali. Your usual order?" He would nod and say, "Yes, thank you." Another regular customer was Auntie Meena. She came in the afternoon. She always ordered sweet tea and samosas. She liked to talk. "How is Imran doing in school?" she asked. "He is doing well, thank you," I said. She smiled. "You are a good sister. Keep working hard." I liked talking to her. She reminded me of my own mother. I also became closer to Reena. We laughed together, helped each other, and shared snacks during break time. If I made a mistake, she helped me fix it. If she was busy, I helped her too. Anna was always watching and guiding us. She said one day, "Sarah, you are doing a great job. I see your hard work." That made me feel very happy. I felt like I was growing, learning, and becoming better. Each day brought new challenges, but I didn't give up. I made small mistakes, but I learned from them. I became faster, more careful, and more confident. When I went home at night, I told Imran about my day. He listened carefully and smiled. "You are learning so much," he said. "I am proud of you." His words gave me strength. I knew I was doing the right thing. Working at the cafe was not just a job. It was helping me grow. It was teaching me skills, giving me confidence, and opening new doors. And I was ready for whatever came next. One Saturday, the cafe was very busy. It was raining outside, and many people came in to drink something hot and eat something warm. All the seats were full. People stood in a line to order food. Some people waited outside under umbrellas. Anna said, "Today is going to be a very busy day. Be ready." Reena and I looked at each other and nodded. We tied our aprons tight and stood at the front counter. Reena took orders while I served drinks and cleaned tables. The sound of the coffee machine was loud. Plates clinked, people talked, and the rain hit the windows. I moved quickly from table to table. I smiled at customers, carried trays with hot drinks, and wiped wet chairs. My hands were tired, and my feet began to hurt, but I kept working. Suddenly, I was carrying a tray with 3 cups of tea. Someone called my name, and I turned quickly. The tray tilted, and 1 cup fell. The cup broke on the floor. Tea splashed everywhere. Everyone looked at me. I felt my face turn red. My heart beat fast. Anna came running. She looked at the broken cup and then at me. I thought she would be angry, but she said gently, "It's okay, Sarah. Accidents happen. Just clean it up carefully." I took a broom and cleaned the floor. Then I wiped the tea with a cloth. I made new tea for the customer and said, "I'm very sorry for the wait." The customer smiled. "No problem. Thank you." After that, I was more careful. I walked slowly and held the trays steady. I checked each order twice before taking it to the table. At 3 p.m., the cafe became quiet again. People left slowly as the rain stopped. I sat on a chair for a minute and took a deep breath. Anna came and gave me a glass of water. "You worked hard today," she said. "I'm proud of you." I smiled. "Thank you. It was difficult, but I learned a lot." That day, I learned how to work under pressure. I learned to stay calm and keep smiling, even when I was tired or made a mistake. After a few weeks, Reena and I became good friends. We talked while working. We laughed during breaks. We helped each other with everything. One day, Reena said, "Sarah, would you like to come to my house for dinner on Sunday?" I smiled and said, "Yes, I would love to." On Sunday evening, I went to Reena's house. It was small but clean. Her mother welcomed me with a warm hug. Her 2 younger sisters smiled shyly. Reena's mother made delicious food: rice, chicken curry, and roti. We all sat on the floor and ate together. After dinner, we had tea and sweets. "You are always welcome here, Sarah," Reena's mother said. "Thank you, Auntie. I feel at home here," I replied. After that day, Reena and I became even closer. We walked to work together. We shared our lunch. When one of us was sad, the other gave support. Having a good friend at work made everything better. Work felt easier, and the days passed with joy. One morning, a woman entered the cafe. She looked very elegant. She wore a long blue dress, shiny earrings, and carried a leather bag. She walked slowly and looked around the cafe. She sat at a table near the window. I walked to her and smiled. "Good morning, ma'am. May I take your order?" She looked at the menu and said, I will have a latte and a slice of chocolate cake. I brought her order and placed it gently on the table. Thank you, she said. She took a sip of her rat and looked around the cafe again. After some time, she called me. What is your name? She asked. My name is Sarah, I said. She smiled. You are very polite. I like your service. You speak well and treat customers with respect. Thank you so much, I said, feeling happy. She took out a business card from her bag and gave it to me. I own a bakery nearby. If you ever want to learn baking or do something different, come visit me. I looked at the card. Her name was Mrs. Rehana. She was the owner of a famous bakery in the city. Anna came over after she left. That was Mrs. Rehana, she said. She is well known in the food business. And she liked your service. I felt proud. That day, I realized how important it is to treat everyone with kindness. One afternoon, an old man came into the cafe. He looked tired and walked slowly. He sat near the window and took off his cap. I went to him and said, "Good afternoon, sir. May I take your order?" He smiled and said, "Yes, please. I will have a cup of tea and a sandwich." I brought him his food. He ate slowly and looked outside. After he finished, he called me. "I forgot my wallet," he said. "I am so sorry. I cannot pay today." I felt sorry for him. I went to Anna and told her. Anna came and said kindly, "It's okay, sir. You can pay next time." The old man's eyes became wet. "Thank you," he said. "You are very kind people." The next day, he came back. He had his wallet and paid for both days. He also brought a small box of sweets for us. "Thank you for trusting me," he said. We all smiled. That day, I learned the power of kindness and trust. After 2 months, Anna called me to the office. I was a little worried. I thought I had made a mistake. But she smiled and said, "Don't worry, Sarah. I have good news." "What is it?" I asked. "You are working very well. You are polite, fast, and helpful. I want to give you more responsibility and a small raise." My eyes widened. "Really?" "Yes," she said. "You will now help manage the front counter and train new staff. And you will get more pay." I was so happy. "Thank you so much, Anna. I will not let you down." That evening, I told Uran. He jumped with joy. "You are the best sister ever," he said. That night, I prayed and thanked God. Hard work always brings good results. One afternoon, a man came in and ordered a cappuccino. When I brought it, he tasted it and frowned. "This is cold," he shouted. "I want hot coffee." I felt scared. Many people looked at us. I took a deep breath and said, "I am very sorry, sir. Let me bring you a fresh one." I went to the kitchen and made a new, hot cappuccino. I brought it to him with a smile. "Here you go, sir. I hope this one is better." He took a sip and nodded. "Yes, much better. Thank you for fixing it." Anna said later, "You stayed calm and handled the problem well. Good job, Sarah." That day, I learned how to deal with angry people in a kind and patient way. One evening, after dinner, I sat with Uran and said, "I want to open my own cafe one day." He looked at me with big eyes. "Really? That would be so cool." "Yes," I said. "I want a small place with tea, coffee, snacks, and happy people. I will name it Sarah Smile." Imran smiled. "I will help you," I can be the cashier." We both laughed. I took out a notebook and started writing ideas. I drew pictures of tables, chairs, and the signboard. I started saving a small amount from my salary each month. It was not much, but it was a beginning. Months passed. I became more confident at the cafe. I made good friends. I learned many new skills. I earned money and helped my brother. The cafe became like a second home. The customers knew me. They smiled when I served them. Anna trusted me. Reena supported me. Every morning, I wore my apron and stood at the door, ready to welcome people. I felt proud of myself. I still had many things to learn. Life was not always easy, but I had found something I loved. A job, a team, and a dream. And every smile I gave made my heart a little happier. Because this cafe was not just a place. It was where I started to believe in myself.